Sally slams into the Gulf Coast. Big Ten football is back, and Saturday Night Live has found its Joe Biden. Here's what you need to know. Good morning. This is Cheddar's Need to Know podcast for Thursday, September 17th. I am Jill Wagner. Without Carlo Versano this morning, my partner in crime has unfortunately overslept, so he is frantically trying to catch up on everything with the newsletter. I'm going to handle the podcast today. Carlo, it happens to the best of us, so don't worry about it. I do want to start with what's going on in the Gulf right now with Sally. It has weakened to a tropical depression after unleashing torrential rain on parts of Alabama, Florida, and Georgia. At least one person is dead. Hundreds had to be rescued after this storm came ashore Wednesday, packing 105-mile-per-hour winds and rain that measures in feet. Florida got 4 months of rain in 4 hours with 30 inches of rain in Pensacola alone. I do want to mention we have 2.5 months left of hurricane season. Wilfred is churning in the Atlantic. Forecasters will likely have to start naming storms with letters from the Greek alphabet. That has not happened since 2005. On the COVID front, President Trump contradicting his own CDC director when it comes to a timeline for a vaccine. Robert Redfield, testifying to Congress yesterday, said that we'll likely get mass distribution of a vaccine in about 6 to 9 months. That puts us at about next summer. The president said Redfield is confused and it will come much sooner than that. Redfield's also saying that the best defense is a face mask, washing your hands, and avoiding crowds. Redfield said masks actually might be more effective in terms of protecting against coronavirus than any potential vaccine. He says a vaccine may only be 70% effective, and quote, if I don't get an immune response, the vaccine is not going to protect me. This face mask will. So just some wise words there from the CDC director. Meanwhile, the Big Ten has voted unanimously to kick off its football season the weekend of October 24th, reversing course after a bit of pressure from President Trump and new guarantees on the availability of daily testing. So each team will be playing 8 games in 8 weeks, leaving no room for error or bye weeks. The conference championship is slated for December 19th. There will be no fans allowed in stadiums, and all student athletes at all 14 schools will be tested for COVID-19 every single day. Let's talk a bit about the economy now. The Federal Reserve making clear that it plans to keep interest rates near zero through 2023 as the economy deals with long-term fallout from the pandemic. Fed Chair Jerome Powell suggesting that the economy was recovering faster than anticipated, but said a full recovery is entirely predicated on what happens with the virus, and he is urging Congress to pass more stimulus. So this is good news if you're in the market for a house or a car or anything else really where you need to borrow a bunch of money. Meanwhile, retail sales for August were up, but at a much slower rate than before, signaling that consumers have slowed down the spending as the pandemic drags on. Also, that stimulus package, the first stimulus bill, it ended at the end of July, and that extra $600 in unemployment benefits a week, that ended as well. So perhaps that is impacting people's spending. On the entertainment front, Saturday Night Live has found its Joe Biden. Okay, the show has tapped Jim Carrey to play Joe Biden this fall, answering one of the biggest open questions in comedy. So SNL is going to kick off its 46th season with 5 consecutive shows starting on October 3rd and going right until the election. A limited audience will be allowed in studio at 30 Rock. And I have to say, as somebody who was I was in the Page program back in the day, and one of the coolest things is watching rehearsals and also just watching that show tape live. It's such a cool experience. Carlo has some notes here, and I do want to read them because he actually says he thinks it is lame that they are doing this with Jim Carrey, the same way he thought it was lame when they picked Alec Baldwin to do Trump, because you do have this incredible bench of cast members and former cast members, so why not use them? It's a really good point, and SNL has been criticized for that in the past. His his call is that Jason Sudeikis should be Biden. He did it best. I kind of agree, and I do love Jason Sudeikis. So let us know who you think should be playing Joe Biden. I happen to love Jim Carrey too, so I'm okay with it. And finally, we're going to end on a really good story. Former WNBA star Maya Moore announced that she got married over the summer to the man that she helped free from jail. Moore left her basketball career last year to answer what she said was a call from God, working to help overturn the conviction of Jeremy Irons. He had been in jail for more than 20 years, convicted on assault and burglary charges back in 1998. A judge ruled in March that prosecutors had suppressed crucial fingerprint evidence. He walked out of jail on July 1st and married the woman who helped free him soon after. I have the chills. We're going to end it there. Carlo, I hope you enjoyed that extra hour or two of sleep. We missed you, and we'll see you tomorrow. That's it, guys. A shortened version of the podcast today. Thanks for listening. That's what you need to know for Thursday, September 17th.